everybody, Kelly Marcus with Pampered Chef here, and tonight I am making a one-pot garlic Parmesan pasta. This recipe comes from our TasteBuds subscription service. When you have the TasteBuds service, you get 3 new seasonings and 3 new recipes every month, along with a bunch of other serving suggestions for your new seasonings. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I had a hard time with this one because I couldn't decide whether I wanted to show you guys the beginning or the end, but I went ahead and just decided we're gonna do the beginning. So I have my enameled cast iron Dutch oven here, then that's what we're gonna use for the pasta recipe. This recipe actually says it serves 4, so I'm doubling it for my family of 6. The total time from beginning to end should be about 30 minutes. I'm gonna say 20 to 30 minutes. So, as you see me put things in here, just remember that this is been doubled. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my pot on to like a medium low. I'm going to be cooking with dairy, and so it's really important that you have it, not above medium so you don't burn it. I'm adding 3 cups of chicken stock right now. This is the chicken stock I made myself. With this recipe, you definitely want to use a low sodium chicken stock so it doesn't get too salty. All right, so I just pulled that out of my freezer. Next, we're going to add 1 cup of half and half. Now this is a 1-pot pasta, so as the pasta, I'm going to put the pasta in there, and as it cooks, the starches are going to thicken it up and it's going to make its own sauce. So I'm going to put that in there. Scrape all that out. And then I'm going to add our seasoning that came with this recipe. Is this garlic Parmesan seasoning. Now, I don't believe this is one we're carrying yet in our regular line, but you can use the garlic and herb rub for this as well. So this month we got a couple of seasonings that aren't in our regular pantry line. They're kind of like a little surprise, and it's been really fun to try those out. So the recipe says 2 tablespoons, and of course, since I'm doubling it, I'm going to put in 4 here. This smells wonderful. All right. This does come with enough seasoning that you can double the recipe, or if you don't need to double your recipe, you can make it again or use it in something else. And there's different card that has different suggestions. All right, so I'm going to take my little whisk here and just whisk that all together before I add my pasta so it doesn't clump up. And I probably could have used a smaller pot, but I really love this cast iron Dutch oven. I use it all the time for everything. All right, the recipe calls for 8 ounces of fettuccine. I'm going to use a full pound. And if you don't like fettuccine, or if you don't have it on hand, you can use spaghetti or really any other kind of pasta. And I am going to, I'm going to break this in half, just because it's easier to cook in the pot, and also it's just easier for my kids to eat. So I'm just going to go ahead and break that in half as I put this in here. And almost done. This is, of course, a vegetarian recipe, but if you wanted to serve a protein with it, grilled chicken would be great. You could even cut up the chicken and put it in there at the end, and that would be wonderful. The recipe itself has 11 grams, of protein in it, so it really doesn't need any more, but if you wanted to have the meat, you could, or if you needed to up your protein for some reason, you could always use our pea protein. So I'm just kind of stirring that around with my pasta tongs, making a mess as I'm throwing utensils everywhere. All right, and I'm going to bring this to a boil and boil it for about 12 to 14 minutes. I'm going to stir it every once in a while and bring that to a boil and cook it for, like I said, 12 to 14 minutes. When I'm done with that, I am going to add some peas. So I've got some frozen peas here. And I'm just, it's a half a cup, but of course doubling it. So I'm going to do a full cup. And I'm going to measure it here in my Easy Read measuring colander because then I can run this under the water and kind of thaw those out a little bit. I'm not gonna put these in until the very end, and I wanna be able to have those warm up rather quickly with my pasta. I'm also gonna top this with some Parmesan cheese, which I forgot to get out of my refrigerator, so give me just 1 second here to pull that out. Oh wow, well, I just had a collision here in my refrigerator, so that's always fun to hear live. One of my shelves just blew out. We're gonna have to take care of that. Patrick? Oh, all my kids left. So, all right, well, we will take care of that here in just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and grate my Parmesan cheese. This is actually our citrus press, or yeah, but I am using it. I'm gonna use the zester portion here to do my Parmesan cheese. Are y'all worried about what my refrigerator looks like? I don't wanna show you, so this is live, folks. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the zester portion. I love it because it has this bottom portion that's gonna catch this for me. And then I'll just have this ready to top off my pasta when it's all set to go. So, see how easy that is? I will grate a little bit more of that because you don't need to see me do that. All right, so let me tilt you back up here. I've gotten a little bit shooken up by my refrigerator exploding here. Anyway, when the pasta is done, I will finish, put the peas in, stir it up a little bit, let it cook and just warm through. Then I'll top it with my Parmesan cheese and maybe a little bit of parsley, and we will have dinner. And that's what we've got going on tonight. I hope you have something fun. Have a great night and happy cooking. I gotta go clean up this mess.